Which brings me to another question. When you really start thinking like this, uh, in one of the interviews and some paper that I read of yours, you talked about interdisciplinary thinking, because typically when you think of biomedical, or when you think of pharma, or when you think of biotechnology, you tend to get specialized in an area. But when you start thinking about a product, you need to think design, you need to think UI, you need to think electronics. So therefore, what's the importance of the interdisciplinary knowledge when you want to do something like this?
Once again, whenever I give a presentation, the first slide I show is the ecosystem of IIT Bombay. And that ecosystem shows the science departments, the engineering departments, and the interdisciplinary labs. And I keep focusing on that one slide to everybody sitting in the audience, saying that you, as an individual sitting in one of these labs, cannot make an impact when you, as a team working with all these different departments, different expertise, different labs, can make an impact. So we work very closely with science departments because that's where the deep science lies. And I always keep saying this, that without deep science there is no technology. You have to first work on science behind, say, making a drug delivery device, science behind making a smart theranostic device, science behind using micro needles for drug delivery, science behind using a novel material for cancer therapy, and so on and so forth. So there are hundreds and thousands of these deep science which is sitting in every lab. Can we now start interacting with these people in different departments, bring them together on one platform where they are also talking face to face with people who've taken that product to market or a similar product to market? And that's how you build teams. IIT Bombay is super in this sense, in the sense that there are people who are expert in their domains, who are willing to collaborate with others. You have to have the mindset of bringing them together, and that's what interdisciplinary research is. Bioengineering is the most interdisciplinary of all of them, because we get students from uh, clinical background, we get students from dental background, we get students from pharma, we get students from biotech, we get students from core engineering, which is electrical, mechanical, chemical. We also get students from biomedical engineering, plus we get students from veterinary science. So you can imagine the breadth that biomedical engineering works with. Now with this sort of background, how do you even bring them on a same platform? Possibly very difficult, which means that you now bring them in contact with people in different departments having different skill sets. And if you can do that and bring all these people together, then believe me that a product is just an arm's length away. And that's what we have seen. Every student has a different background. You cannot bring them on the same platform, because people with a clinical background, very difficult for them to start thinking engineering on day one. People with a pharma background, very difficult for them to start clinical on day one. Now how do you get them together? You have to actually bring them on one platform, which is you bring them in contact with different expertise residing in different departments. That's interdisciplinary. Bring them together so that they start working on projects together. And this is why when we do projects, we have a lot of these projects that we do together with other faculty in IIT Bombay, where we share IPs, where we share expertise, but in the end there's a common goal of creating a product.